Let's take a look at modifying the page setup. So you're getting ready to print it to your printer or to a PDF, and you're trying to customize it. If you go to Page Layout tab, this is where you modify the page setup. Now there's a lot of different options on here. Some of them are geared toward what would look like on your screen, some when you print it. Over here you see there's themes. So you can do the drop down there and choose a different theme, and you see what it's doing there. Colors. So you can change the colors. This is after you've really set the themes. Fonts. The effects here. We're not going to go into detail on that. It would be a long time going over all these options. Margins. This is where you can do your normal or wide or narrow custom margins. I sometimes will use this if I'm trying to get everything to print exactly on one sheet, and so I want the top and the bottom or the sides to be very small, less than 0.75. There's orientation. This is where you can do the portrait, kind of up and down, or landscape side by side. Now, notice when I change this to landscape here, I don't see anything, do I? Mainly that's for printing purposes. I will see a little dashed line to indicate where the printing is going to stop at. And so that helps you then to adjust your columns appropriately. I'll change this back to portrait. If I do that, see how I see a little dashed line also. Okay. The size here. Very rarely probably will you change this. Maybe if you're printing something special you will, but oftentimes just leave it as letter. I had one printer one time, somebody chose legal, it printed to it. And the fact that there was no legal size paper in the printer, it sat there, and this was a long time ago, I know the technology advances, but it sat there and blocked everybody from printing their own until we figured out how to delete their entry out of the print queue. Now here's the print area. This is where you can highlight like that, and you come up to the print area, and you can say set to print area, and so it'll only print what you have highlighted. It'll mark that when you do a file print to the printer. Even if you have other items below, other data, it will only print that. And sorry, here's how you can clear it. The breaks, if you wanted to insert a page break somewhere, like I want to put a page break right there, you can choose that. There's background. Choose a picture for your background. I don't think I've ever done that. Print titles. Choose the rows and columns you'd like to repeat on each printed page. Width, height, scale. That scale to fit. And grid lines. You see I got the view here. If I take that off, then I don't see those grid lines. Some people like those to appear. When I print, I oftentimes will put borders around it. You could also come up here and choose the print right there, and then when you print, it'll have those lines around it. I like the borders to stand out better, so I use the borders. And again, headings. Again, a lot of different options there. I'm not going to go over all those. I'm not sure what necessarily would be on the test, but if you're working on modified page setup, go through here and play with these different ones. Now you can also get to this when you do a file and you choose print. Different options you can choose here. Now see, here's letter, and I can choose different options. Portrait orientation. So a lot of these are ones you saw over in the other one. Print active sheets, print selection. So this is where you have something selected and you do the print selection. I use that fairly often. So again, this is another way of changing that. Here's no scaling. Oftentimes I'll try to get it to fit on one page, and that gives you a print preview over here, so you can see what it looks like. If you change this to, let's see, let's change it to that, then it gives you that. So where the other one, maybe you don't have that visibility of what it's going to look like, this gives you a little bit better. It won't actually do anything though until you click print on that. Now I'm going to do it back here because I'm not going to print it. I don't actually got a printer hooked up. Days of print, in a lot of cases are done for people. Anyway, same options you set there. Well, not all of them, but a lot of the different options you have here are over in the print. The only thing they have in print, though, are the ones that matter to the print. And that's the modifying the page setup.